Welcome to Marvel Rewind, a Marvel Champions Retrospective Series. In this series, I will be tasked with defeating every villain in order, progressing from the core set to the latest release. The catch? I'm only allowed to use cards released up until that point. After defeating the villain, they each will be ranked in terms of their difficulty, determined by the cards available at the time. Tune in every Tuesday for new episodes of Marvel Rewind. What's going on, guys? It's Char here, back with another episode of Marvel Rewind, a Marvel Champions Retrospective Series. Now, in today's episode, we're moving on to the third scenario in the next evolution box, having us take on the unstoppable force that is the Juggernaut, with none other than the immovable object, Colossus. Let's get down to the table and see how it goes. Okay, so here we are down at the table. We've got Juggernaut, we've got Colossus, the thematic matchup here for looking straight at his nemesis set right here. Hopefully we never have to see any of those cards, but you know how the game goes sometimes. So yeah, so we are moving on to Juggernaut. This is a classic slugfest matchup. There's not a ton of difficult mechanics or anything really to keep track of here. It's just an all-out brawl. We're going to be fighting Juggernaut, and we're going to be seeing who wins. So let's talk about the Juggernaut setup. So we're doing Juggernaut 2 and 3 because we are fighting on expert mode. The modular set you have to include with him is the Juggernaut set, the Hope Summer set, the Standard Encounter set, with one modular set that's recommended, which is the Black Tom Cassidy set. So that's this set right here. So we have the Juggernaut set here with the Black Tom Cassidy already mixed in, because usually I just play with the normal mods. Then the Hope Summer set is this specific card that comes into play during setup, and then this one other side scheme that comes in, Captive Hope, and this is also our obligation along with the standard and expert sets. So we're going to go ahead and shuffle all of these up to make the encounter deck and talk through Juggernaut. So Juggernaut is kind of like an evolution of Rhino in my opinion. I feel like he takes a lot of the really annoying parts of Rhino, like being able to scheme out immediately in solo play, and he kind of gets rid of them because he can't actually scheme out. So what he does when he schemes out, and we'll see that when we flip his main scheme over here in a second after I'm finished shuffling this up, instead of scheming out, he removes all the threat from it, and he does a couple of things where I think he gets a momentum counter, I think he attacks you in alter ego form, and then one other effect. So as a setup, we attach Juggernaut's helmet to him, put Hope Summers into play under the first player's control. So we get Hope Summers, his helmet is attached to him. It's a permanent attachment that's attached to Juggernaut. He gains Stalwart and all his attacks have Overkill. As a hero action, we can spend 3 resources of the same type to flip, to remove each momentum counter from here and flip from Juggernaut and flip this card over. When it's on Juggernaut exposed, it says he takes 1 additional damage from each card with a printed mental resource. Really fun thematic theming because he puts the helmet on to stop him from being like mind controlled from his brother and whatnot. And as a force response, after he schemes, you place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut and you flip this card over. So we're going to go ahead and check this out. When we flip this over here, we get the Unstoppable Juggernaut. This is what I was talking about. It comes in with 1 per player threat as a force interrupt. When the scheme would be completed, instead you do each of the following. You remove all the threat from there. If Juggernaut exposes it in play, it flips over. Then what you do is you place 1 momentum counter on Juggernaut, and then he attacks each player in player order, even if they're in alter ego form, which is important that they added that. Because sometimes there's confusing cards in this game, and there's people who look it up, like, can I be attacked in alter ego? Yes, you can. Usually you aren't, and usually cards will surge that are extra attack activations. Specifically on this one, even if you are hiding from him, he is the unstoppable Juggernaut. He will hit you in alter ego. Juggernaut's other mechanic, other than like his helmet and whatnot, even though it's pretty simple, he does get momentum counters. So his one revealed says place 1 momentum counter here, so place 1 on him. And then if Juggernaut exposes in play, you flip it. That's only if you're playing on standard. Juggernaut exposed is not in play, so he gets a tough as well. So 1 momentum counter. Each momentum counter gives him 1 extra attack. That's what the little star icon says. So technically he has a base of 4 attack right now. But Colossus has a ton of tough statuses, and I don't think Colossus, I don't think Juggernaut has a lot of piercing, so it should be a fun matchup where we're just kind of beating each other down, hitting on toughs, hitting on high HP. He starts the game with 21 per player, so he has a really high HP pool. So hopefully we're just able to kind of win out this bout. We're on aggression today just to really sell home the theming and just kind of like, I don't know. I thought it was a good fit. Colossus wants to do damage. He doesn't really need to super worry about, survivability and whatnot. He has 14 health, and his gimmick where he can have one additional tough status as a response every time he changes that form, he gets a tough. He has ways to spend toughs, get resources off having toughs on him. Get piercing and like stun and confusing people. Obviously, that's not super relevant if he has his helmet, but I don't know. I thought it'd be a good matchup, very thematic, and yeah, so we have that shuffled up. We'll set this aside, and as always, we'll get to the winning attempt here just now. Okay, so let's go ahead and draw up our hand here. We have all our threat and stuff faced out. Oh, I didn't talk about Hope. She starts the game in play. She has a Sonic, X-Force, and X-Men trait. The first player controls Hope Summer. She doesn't count towards your ally limit. And essentially her star stat line, she takes no consequential. Her stats are the same as our stats here. So she has 1 thwart and 2 attack. So we have a setup here, which is search your deck for a copy of Organic Steel and add it to your hand. We do that after we drop our hand here. So let's go ahead and do that. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're looking at this hand here. I really do want like setup cards, and almost none of these are standing out to me as cards to help us set up. I'm really thinking of just a mulligan 6 here and see if we can find different cards. We'll get rid of all of them. Drop 6 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. So we got a superpower training, which could be pretty good for us here. We've got Bulletproof Protector and Iron Will. It's a really, really good hand here. This is kind of what we were looking for. We can also use our setup ability to search for a copy of Organic Steel here. So let's also do that. Let's see, where is that? That is Titanium Muscles. That's the other one we're probably going to get down with this build support right now. But yeah, this is kind of what I was hoping for. He does have a response, the Aspiring Artist. After you change this form, you can shuffle a Colossus card from your discard pile into your deck, which will probably be the Armored Ups. I'm going to flip down pretty aggressively, I would say, in this game, just to make use of that 6 hand size and hopefully be able to armor up, flip back up, and just deal with all the threats on the board as they come. Making sure there was no other setup abilities. Nope. Just Hope and the helmet, so there's no like Creeping Willow. I think that's only in the expert version of this campaign. Okay, so what do we want to start with? So I think we need to get down our Iron Will for sure. This card is extremely good. Colossus gets +1 thwart. After a tough status is discarded from Colossus, we can draw a card. Really, really good here. So Bulletproof Protector can remove 1 and give us 2 tough statuses, which I think we probably will end up doing. We do want to also get down our superpower training, so let's do that first. Let's go ahead and play down, get rid of Mutant Education here. Actually, could we play the Mutant Education? Shuffle in Steel Fist. No, I think we're okay. Yeah, I think we're fine. We won't play it this turn. We'll play down the superpower training. It comes with 3 per player threat on it. It says when defeated, each player may search your deck and discard file for an identity-specific upgrade and put it into play. Really good. We'll get our other one in here, which is, I think, Titanium Muscles or whatnot. We're going to flip up here. So Colossus has a game rule that he can have 1 additional tough status on him. As Steel Skin response, we will trigger after you change to this form, give him a tough. So we have a tough here. We do have 2 thwart right now because of the Iron Will. So let's go ahead and thwart for 2. And Hope Summers will also thwart for 2 because she takes our attack. Our stats. We'll clear superpower training. We'll go in the victory display. We can find a 3 cost or less identity specific upgrade and put it into play. So what we want to do is where is it? Titanium Muscles for sure. So now we have +1 to our attack, and we can exhaust this card to generate a fist resource for each tough status on Colossus. Really, really good here. Yeah, it's just like super good for us. We do want to get this down. So what I think we want to do is we're going to spend these 2 resources to go ahead and get down our Titanium Muscles just to get completely set up here. And then I think we'll just spend the Bulletproof Protection. We'll discard a tough status to choose, and we'll give ourselves 2 tough statuses just in case we get like double attacked or anything like that. So that should be pretty good for us here. Then we can trigger our Iron Will after a tough status is discarded. We can draw a card. Drew into Wolverine. I don't know if I want to keep this in hand. I will think on it. And we will ready up and draw. Do I want to keep the Wolverine in hand? I'll keep him because I think it's actually pretty good to pierce this tough that he still has on him. So we'll just ready up and draw here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is going to go up to 2 here. Juggernaut's going to attack us. He's a base of 4 attack, but we have a tough status. So let's just take this. 5 damage, and it says give Juggernaut a tough. He already has one, so 5 damage is going to break one of our tough statuses. Encounter card here. Exhaustion. Ooh, that sucks. Okay, so we exhaust our identity, and we're going to surge into flatten. Choose to either take damage equal to Juggernaut's attack or place one momentum counter on him. Let's just give him a momentum counter. That's fine. Just so we can keep the tough that we have right now. Also, since a tough was discarded here, draw a card. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Let me double check. It's been a while since I played Colossus. Okay, so yeah, I always kind of overthink it. We definitely do get a card draw off of blocking, losing a tough from the villain attacking us. So yes, we do have an extra card here. I like the tough on us currently. I think we're just going to flip down and probably hold this armor up to play when we flip back up. So because of that, I think we're just going to end up playing Wolverine here. Let's spend 3 resources and tap Titanium Muscles for 1 more because we have a tough for 4 to play down Wolverine. And we're just going to start damaging Juggernaut here. Let's go ahead and have Wolverine swing for 3. 1, 2, 3. Bring him down to 18 with piercing. So go ahead and pierce this tough on Juggernaut here. Wolverine will take 2 consequential. Then what we want to do, we have the armor up in hand, so we might as well keep it. We'll have Hope Summers. We'll have her keep the main under control. We'll have her thwart for 2 because we have 2 thwart because of our Iron Will. And I think that's going to be it. I think we flip down. And we will use our response here, which says, after you change this form, shuffle a Colossus card from your discard pile into your deck. It's going to have to be the armor up. This is the best card. It lets us flip up and down every single turn. And hopefully build out a board to really bring home the damage on Juggernaut here. Okay, shuffling up. All right, do that, and boom. Cool, so we'll do that, and we'll just ready up and draw here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Cool. All right, we have a Utopia here, which could also be really good. We might actually play that down, forego playing Nick Fury. We will see. It's going to go up by 1. Juggernaut is going to scheme against us, but we're not going to actually let him do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to play an armor up. When the villain activates, change to hero form. So when he's activating on the scheme, it will change to an attack. When we flip up, we use our response to get another tough status. And now he's going to be attacking us with a base of 5 damage. 5 damage going into us, 6, and then we get stunned. So the stunned also sucks, but 6 damage into a tough. Then it's going to trigger our Iron Will. After we're tough status is discarded, we get to draw a card into Deft Focus. Then we have 1 encounter card here. Breakthrough. Choose. Take damage equal to Juggernaut's attack. Or, what's it called? Discard the highest cost upgrade or support you control. Let me make sure I'm playing this right. Deal and take is always confusing. 1 second. Okay. Okay. My current understanding of the rules, I think in order to take damage, your health actually has to change. So that being said, I don't think we can actually resolve the top one because we have a tough status. So we must discard the highest cost upgrade or support we control. So looking at what's on the board right now, Iron Will is extremely good, but so is Titanium Muscles. I do think Iron Will is a bit worse at our current situation, so we will discard this and consider this card resolved. Okay. Now let's back to us. So what are we going to play down here? I think we would just start dealing some damage. Juggernaut, Wolverine heals 1 damage at the beginning of the turn. We'll just have Wolverine go ahead and hit him for 3 more damage, bring him down to 15. I think we'll go have Colossus swing for 3, bring him down to 12. I think we want to play Utopia. Get on the Utopia here. Come in ready. So now we can get readies off of this. If we play X-Men allies. I think we also just want to play Deft Focus for 1. Get that one down. Do we hold the Deft Focus? No, let's just get the Deft Focus down. I really do want to flip down again. Just hope we can find an armor up. Shuffle it back in. think we'll actually get rid of the not Mockingbird, Shadowcat here. Should we have Hope, Attack, or Thwart? I think Thwarting's going to be better here. I'd like to find the Iron Will again, but I think shuffling in an Armor Up just makes more sense here. So I think we will do that. Right, so I think we'll just have Hope swing for 3. 1, 2, 3, because she copies our stats. Bring Juggernaut all the way down to 9. Then we're going to go and flip down here. We're going to use our ability. We're going to shuffle in an Armor Up, and hopefully we draw into one again. If we don't, I don't think it's the end of the world, but it's kind of why we do it. Right after you change this form, shuffle a card from your discard pile into your deck. Yep. Didn't even end up using Titanium Muscles or Death Focus here, but I think that's okay. Yeah, we still have both of these. Oh no, 3 more damage should be on. 3 more health should be on him. I forgot I have a stun status. Okay, so he should be at 12. But, I mean, that's good anyways. We'll discard this Shadowcat and ready up draw here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We did find the Armor Up. Oof, I thought we weren't going to find it. But no, finding it is super, super good here. All right, it's going to go up to 2. Juggernaut is going to initiate an activation. We're going to Armor Up this activation. When the villain activates, change to hero form. So we'll spend this. We get another tough here. He's going to attack us for a base of 5. 6, 7, 8 damage into our tough status. We don't get a draw because our Iron Will is gone. And now we have an encounter card here. Trample. Hero. Juggernaut attacks the ally with the fewest remaining hit points. Okay, so he's attacking the ally with the fewest remaining hit points, which is going to be Wolverine here. I think Wolverine will just take this damage. It says he has Overkill, but I think Overkill only applies for us, or for ally. Oh no, it is going to break our tough here. So then I have a choice. So if we let Wolverine take this hit, it's going to overkill and break our tough anyways. I think I'd rather just defend it then. So this will be a base of 5, 6, and then we are stunned. Oh my goodness. We are getting bogged down by these stuns, but our tough breaks. And that's back to us. Man, we are getting bogged down by those stuns hard. Okay. What can we do? We don't really have a good economy here anymore. I'd like to get the X-Jet down, but I think I just have to get down Nick Fury. I mean, I guess I could play the X-Jet. Now, the Nick Fury might find us an ally we can play, so let's do that. Spend 4. I don't know, does playing Nick Fury even make sense? We have to flip down regardless. I think playing Nick Fury doesn't make sense. Let's just play the X-Jet. We'll come in ready. Yeah, we are really bogged down from this status here. Wolverine's gonna heal. I think we will let Wolverine chill for a turn. I think what we'll do is we'll have Hope thwart for just 1. So we only have 1 thwart right now. I think we still hold the Nick Fury again. We're gonna flip down, shuffle in the armor up. And yeah, just draw 5 more cards again. We might actually just let him scheme this time around. No. We'll flip up. It kind of blanks his activation completely if we flip up. And we are slowly building resource. We've got the Death Focus down. We've got the X-Jet down. So hopefully we can find the Iron Will again. And just go from there. So yeah, we'll do that and then ready up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we actually didn't find it this turn. So that it is what it is. We're not going to find it every round. So yeah, it's going to go up to 2. Juggernaut's going to scheme from base 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, all the way up to 6. That's a ton. Counter card here. Trample, Alter Ego, take 2 indirect damage. We'll just take 2 indirect on us. Yeah, we'll go down to 12. And that's it. All right, it's back to us. So, Made of Rage, we don't want to do anything with. We could just stay down another turn. That's probably for the best, but not finding Iron Will kind of sucks. And we also can't generate resources if we don't flip up. Maybe we won't do that. Well, actually, no, because we can just spend 4. No, it doesn't really matter. Like we still want to hold them Nick Fury, it feels like. Oh, Wolverine's gonna heal. No, we kind of need Nick Fury low key. Do we have Nick Fury thwart? I don't actually mind that much. Yeah, I really don't. Let's see. Would I rather have Hulk or the combat training down? Let's hold the combat training. Let's have Nick Fury come in. Let's have him thwart. What is it? He removes 2 threat from a scheme. Yeah, why not? Let's drop this down to 4. Let's have him thwart for 2 more off of it, down to 2. Then we'll have Wolverine start damaging 1, 2, 3, down to 9. He's gonna take 2 consequential. And we'll have Hope. Hope space thwart and base attack are equal to the thwart and attack of your hero. Does that mean she doesn't activate if we're not flipped up? Don't actually know the answer to that question. There's a lot of questions that I don't have answers to in this game. That's another one I don't. So I think I'll just say that because we're not flipped up, we can't actually... We'll just heal here. She can't actually activate, and we'll just flip up. There's nothing that says we have to be... Or not flip up, sorry, we'll draw up. Nothing that actually says we have to be in hero form for her to take the stats, but I'm not sure. 4, 5. Oh my gosh, did we miss it? I was like, oh, I thought we completely missed an armor up. I'm like, that's crazy. This is going to go up to 3. Everyone's ready up. Draw. He's going to activate against us a scheme. We are going to choose to armor up here. When the villain would activate, we will flip up. Change to hero form. We're going to get a tough as a response. So now he's attacking for base of 5. 6, 7, 8 damage goes into our tough status here. Now you got an encounter card. With assault, the villain attacks you. So the villain is going to hit us here. What do I want to do about that? We'd rather just use Nick Fury, right? Just to give us some extra defense. He still has 2, so he's attacking us for 5. 6, 7 damage. So 2 of them's gonna go into Nick Fury, and then 5's gonna go to us. So we'll go down to 9. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Okay, cool. That's back to us. What do we want to do here? Wolverine will heal. I think we can play. We'll have Hope swing for 3. 1, 2, 3, down to 6. Then we will do... I'd love to get the X Mansion down. I just don't think it works out with this hand. I will attack, break my stun. I'll spend these 3 resources to get down Professor X. We'll use his ability to ready an X-Men character. I'll also trigger Utopia to ready Colossus. I guess we could knock him out. He gets, what does he get? He gets that Head of Steam card. Flip it, otherwise give him a tough. I don't think I actually want to knock him out, so I'll hit him to 3 here. 1, 2, 3. We'll leave Wolverine up for a turn. I think we're going to flip down and heal. Yeah, I think we'll flip down. We'll use our ability. What do we want to shuffle in? We know we're going to draw into an armor up guaranteed, so is there a better card we'd want to find here that we get guaranteed this next turn? Oh, Iron Will for sure. I didn't realize I haven't shuffled that one back in yet. Yeah, we'll flip down and shuffle an Iron Will. Oh, and then Professor X is going to thwart for 3. Hear that. I said we were recovering for 4, so that'll bring us up to 13. Yeah, we just still didn't have that. 2, 3, 4. Maybe we should have kept Iron Will. Now that I'm looking at it, I mean, the Titanium Muscles is just good for extra attack, but haven't been really able to play a ton of double cards on my turn. That's going to be it. We'll keep the expansion. We'll drop 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bulletproof Protector, armor up. Okay, cool. We didn't actually end up decking out, which is really good. Let's go by 1. Juggernaut's going to activate. Do Do we let him scheme? No, we don't. We armor up here. So we'll use our alter ego. Interrupt. The villain activates. We'll change to hero. We'll get a tough here. Then he's going to attack us for a base of 5, 6, 7, 8. All goes into our tough status. Then we have an encounter card, which is a sound thrashing. Each copy of Creeping Willow attacks the player it's engaged with. If you were not attacked this way, search the encounter deck and discard power for a copy of Creeping Willow and reveal it. I think I want it out of the encounter deck because the stun is really annoying. So it has Guard and Quick Strike. After he attacks and damages a character, you stun that character. Well, it's pretty good. We'll just have Professor X block this attack. He's gonna live and be stunned, but at the end of the phase he leaves anyways. So that'll be that, and it's back to us. Okay, so Wolverine will heal here, and now we can start doing some stuff. So could play down Magic, but we don't really want to shuffle this into the encounter deck because that ability is kind of annoying. What we will do is play Genius here for Iron Will. So we get the Iron Will back down. Then what we want to do is probably end up playing the X Mansion, I would guess. So we'll do these three. Yeah, these two, sorry. For the X Mansion. So we have like all of our upgrades we want down in like our first deck pass, which is really good for us. Is there anything in here we want to keep? Bulletproof Protector, discard as tough and get 2. No, there's really not much we can do with that. What we want to do is we want Hope Summers to swing for 3 and knock. I guess we should have Wolverine do it because I don't know how the Head of Steam Retaliate's going to work. We'll have Wolverine knock him out. And then we'll have Hope Summers swing for 3 on Juggernaut. I don't know how the Retaliate works here, so we knock him out. And what does it say? Gets +1. When reveal, search the encounter deck and discard power for Head of Steam and reveal it. If Juggernaut exposes in play, do this. If not, give him a tough. So we'll get a tough here. He keeps his counters. I'm not actually sure if he does or not, but we have to find Head of Steam or whatnot. Head of Steam. After Juggernaut attacks, spend 1 resource for each damage dealt by this attack and discard this card. So we'd have to spend 6 resources to get rid of it, and he has Retaliate 2 on him now. Technically, Hope would live if there was a Retaliate 2, so let's just say she has 2 consequential. I don't think it actually works like that, but it could, so I'll just let it be. We're going to flip down, we're going to shuffle in and armor up. So let's do that. Shuffle that in, and we will use our X Mansion to heal Hope Summers, just because I'm not actually sure if, what's it called? I'm not actually sure if he takes that Retaliate or not. Okay, that's back to us. So we probably do want to eventually flip his helmet here. I think we should be getting to a point where we can. How much health does he have? 25. Just because we want to just stop this kind of Retaliate and this extra attack he has going on. So let's do that. We're going to draw up here. 1, 2, and then we shuffle up, get an encounter card. So we will start drawing off of Iron Will again, kind of a, little bit of an economy buff to us here. Shuffling up, and then 4 more cards. But yeah, actually, Head of Steam really isn't that bad as long as we have the resources to spend to get rid of the helmet. I would say probably this round, but let's see what we can do. So that's 1, 2, and then we will draw up 4 more. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cool. We can probably get down an Organic Steel too, just so we can keep. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. We got resources to spend. This is gonna go by 1. He's going to activate against us for like a base of 6 attack. We will use our armor up here. That will give us a tough. Yeah, we're going to use the armor up. So it's like a base of 6 here. 7, 8. It's going to break our tough, but that will proc our Iron Will here, which after tough is discarded, we can draw a card. Now we have 2 encounter cards here. First one. Shadow of the Past. Okay, so it's going to surge. If your Nemesis minion didn't enter play this way, it surges. So we are going to get this card into play. When revealed, discard each tough status from each friendly character. Place 2 threat here for each tough status discarded. Well, luckily for us, we don't have any toughs left. This only comes in with 2. the Nemesis minion will try and enter play, but he cannot because we are fighting Juggernaut currently. Then it also surges, which is pretty bad. You have to shuffle up the encounter deck first. Okay. So far, it's not looking terrible. We still have enough threat to instantly clear that, but let's see what happens. So then we surge here. Breakthrough. Take damage equal to Juggernaut's attack or discard the highest cost upgrade or support you control. I think we just take damage equal to his attack, which is how much? 6? I'll take 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going down to 7 health. Then we go to the next one. Homesick. We can flip to alter ego, exhaust, and remove it from the game. Well, that sucks. So we will exhaust and remove that from the game. We will use our ability here, though, as a response after we change. We'll just shuffle in the armor up. So at least we have both copies back in the deck. Oh, we actually get our tough back, which honestly, that's not even that bad. I thought it was bad, but now we have the organic steel, which gives us a good kind of ability to get toughs going. So actually, I'm actually okay with that, I think. Cool. All right. So we will do our ability here at the start of the. After my turn begins, we'll heal 1 damage. Let's use our X-Mansion here to heal 1 more from Wolverine, so we can go ahead and attack and break this tough. We are going to flip up. As a response, when we flip up, we get a tough, which is pretty good. Now we have a resource we can use here. What I think I want to do is have Hope just clear this side scheme. So we'll go ahead and clear that. 2 per player. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we want to get down organic steel, I think. So it is a superpower. So we can do this one and this one to get it down. It comes in with 2 steel counters. So I usually use a green. After tough is discarded from Colossus, we can exhaust, remove 1, and give myself a tough, which is pretty good. I think we can also just spend a bulletproof protector here. We'll discard a tough status from our hero and get 2 tough statuses. So when we discard a tough, we also get to draw a card off of Iron Will. So we'll discard this and gain 2. But off of discarding, we get to draw a card. Got Hulk here. I do like Hulk. I think we'll be able to play him and flip his helmet. So let's spend. This is a wild, and this is a wild resource. So we're actually spending 3 wilds to flip his helmet over. So when we flip his helmet, let's see what it says. As a hero action, spend 3 resources at the same time. Flip, remove each momentum counter from Juggernaut and flip this card. Now he takes 1 additional damage from each enemy with a printed mental. And after Juggernaut's teams, you place 1 momentum counter and flip this card. So he has no more momentum counters on him. As a hero response after Juggernaut attacks, you can spend 1 resource. Spend 1 resource for each damage dealt by this attack. Discard this card. I think we'll just wait for Sunfire. When revealed, attach Head of Steam and place 1 momentum. Oh, I think you should have had 1 more counter on him for like 3. I don't think that made any difference though. I guess it could have with Hope, so maybe Wolverine would have been dead, but it is what it is. I kind of forgot to read that. Okay, so I didn't play any allies or anything this turn. I could. No, I don't have any resources to like play magic, so it's only Hulk we can play, which I think is fine. We'll play it on Hulk. I don't actually, man. Usually I swing with him. Do I do it? That's tough. Hope could be in really dire straits. I think we will wait a turn actually before we swing with him, which I know. Nah, I think we will swing with him. Let's have Wolverine attack for 3 piercing. We'll pierce this tough here. Down to 2. Let's have Hulk attack. Why not? He always attacks when he comes out. Mill. Oh, I knew it. A fist. So that's 3, and a fist is 2 more damage, right? Deal 2 damage to an enemy. So that's 1, 2 from that, and then 1, 2, 3 from Hulk. Hulk is always crazy on the channel. I think it's, you know, there's a lot of times I get really unlucky in these solo games, but Hulk, he really picks it up, man. He makes these games interesting. He makes them fun, and like he just does crazy things, like hitting for 5 consistently every time I swing with him. All right, that's going to be it. We're going to ready up, draw 4 cards here. 3, 4. We do have a Maid of Rage and an Armor Up here. This is a really good hand for pushing damage, so let's see if we can do it here. It's going to go up to 3. Juggernaut's going to attack us for base of 4. We'll just take this attack because we have 2 toughs on us. So that's 4, 5, 6 damage. That's going to break one of our toughs. We draw off Iron Will, and I'm also going to exhaust Organic Steel to get our tough back. So we lose the tough, draw off Iron Will, then we exhaust the Organic Steel to get the tough back. And now he's got one encounter card for us. Just caught off guard. Wow, this might be this was really kind of easy, I guess. Discard an upgrade or support you control. If no cards are discarded this way, this card gains Surge. I mean, honestly, a lot of our upgrades and supports are really good, but I don't think I've ever gotten a use out of Death Focus minus last turn for the Iron Will. We'll just get rid of it. I think that's fine. I kind of like all the other ones that I have. Okay. And that is that. Cool. Cutoff guard is considered resolved. So, what do you want to do now? I think we're just going to Mate of Rage, right? There's really nothing else to be done. So let's go ahead and attack here for a base of 3. Let's spend Mate of Rage. When you basic attack, discard a tough status, you get +6 for that attack and overkill. So we're going to discard this tough. So that's 3 + 6 for 9 damage here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Down to 8 health. When we lose a tough, we can draw off Iron Will here. So we get another card to play. Super good. I think we just ultra have it here. Let's go ahead. Wolverine was going to heal one at the beginning. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll have Hulk. Let's have Hulk swing. 3. Ooh, is this 1 damage to everyone? Deal 1 damage to each character. So we can say that we flipped down and, like, you know, healed off Hope if she had 1 extra damage that I missed. But yeah, so 3, 4 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So he takes a consequential and 1 from that ability. She takes 1. He takes 1. We lose our tough, but we also do get to draw off of Iron Will for discarding a tough here. Then what we're going to do is have Hope. Hope can just swing here for 4 and just knock him out. But let's do some overkill because she has 3 damage plus 1 because she's a mental because of the Juggernaut exposed. How much more can we do? We can do 3 more. So that's 3 overkill. Wolverine will be defeated. How much more can we manage? Let's have Nick Fury come in here. We'll probably have him just deal 4 damage. So that's 7 overkill. Have him attack for 3 because he has a printed mental. So 10 overkill. Then we have another Mate of Rage in hand, but it's really nothing for us to spend like any of these resources on. I guess we would like flip down, heal off of like X Mansion. And if we find another ally, I guess there's something we could do. We could like Mutant Education. I don't even know what we'd shuffle in. So like we'd flip down, shuffle in, probably a Bulletproof Protector, and then 2 Mutant Educations, and we'll shuffle in Mate of Rage, Armor Up, Shadow Cat, and then draw 2 cards. See if we find an ally or something. See if we can get a little extra damage out. But I don't think we will be able to. Let's see. 1, 2. I mean, I guess we could. That's a hero resource only. Yeah, we can't really spend these here. Because we could have played Shadow Cat for like 2 more damage. But yeah, that is Juggernaut defeated. We hit Shadow the past 2, but luckily it was a turn we had like no tough, so 2 threat was nothing. Hope is a super big boon in this scenario, but that was a ton of fun. I love playing Colossus. Thought this matchup was really thematic and really, you know, fun as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and check out the deck list. Okay, so here are with Colossus, and if you guys know me, I've talked about it in Style last week, but I love four-hander heroes, and Colossus is no exception. I think this hero is super awesome, super fun, and I think that, you know, specifically starting the X-Men, a lot of the forehand hero designs became, like, really strong. A lot of the older ways they used to balance the heroes around four-handed hero design is having, like, a lot of health and a lot of stats, and it meant that they really suffered economy-wise, but a lot of the later four-hander heroes, like Psylocke obviously starting with the resource gens, but Colossus has a really kind of unique kind of gimmick play pattern, and also he's like pretty strong, and his economy doesn't feel bad for being a four-hander because he has like a really low cost curve on all his cards, and just how they interact with the cards in his kit are just really fun and really cool and unique. Iron Will is absolutely insane, along with Titanium Muscles. That's essentially why we're playing the ones of superpower training that I have to the side here in the deck, because depending on the situation, one could be better than the other, but Iron Will is just insanely good. It brings you to a 2/2/2 stat line, and every time you lose a tough status, you draw a card, which really keeps his economy up. You have really cool cards like Made of Rage, which are really reminiscent of like a Hulk smash. It's a big hit with Overkill. Bulletproof Protector when you have Iron Will down is insanely good. It essentially cycles you a card and gives you toughs. Or you can even ready up Organic Steel. Honestly, I think is a trap card to play early. It's very good, don't get me wrong, but kind of in the mid game when you really need that supply of toughs to start pushing damage is when you want to see this card. It's just really good as getting an extra resource in your opening hand. Armor Up absolutely is the key focal point of the character. This brings the whole character together. Anytime you see this card, you essentially want to flip down every single turn on Colossus, and in order to flip back up and get your toughs every turn, keep them healthy, keep them up, and keep your economy running. We chose to go Aggression today just because I thought it'd be a really good fit. He doesn't really need to deal with thwarting. I mean, especially in this scenario, thwarting isn't that big of an issue, so Aggression lets him push damage, push more damage. He doesn't need help with survivability. Thwarting, he does need help with, but again, you can't scheme out and lose in this scenario. All he does is attack you, so it felt like a good fit. Let's talk about our basic lineup. So we do have one copy of the Fastball Special. I think we saw it in our opening hand, and we never saw it when we cycled the deck one time. We do have the Wolverine Aggression ally in here. It's just a hero action attack. Deal X damage to an enemy where X is the total attack of Colossus and Wolverine. It gains Overkill and Piercing. That would have been 6 damage for a 1-cost event, which is really, really good value, but it didn't work out. 3 copies of Mutant Education comboed with the X Mansion here. I didn't play this card for the longest time because I thought X-Mansion was like, Like, I don't know. I just didn't see the appeal in X-Mansion. And I started playing with it, and I'm like, wow, this card is insanely good. Just the fact that Colossus already can shuffle in identity-specific cards, but his identity-specific cards are so good, you probably want even more of them back into your deck. Mutant Education helps you do that as an alter ego action since you want to flip down every turn. Shuffle in 2 identity-specific cards, and if X-Mansion is in play, you actually get a bit of a refund by drawing a card. So let's say you really want to find that Armor Up. The X-Mansion, if it's out, you can get that draw. You can draw into the Armor Up. Cool, you don't have to worry about it. If it's not the Armor Up, you can discard it and essentially dig further into your deck to hopefully find that and flip up. Super good, super awesome. Not to mention the X-Mansion lets you heal a damage. You're almost never going to heal from your own identity, so it just lets you keep your allies up, healthy, and activating for you. So you never have to worry about your own hit points because of all the toughs. And then the X-Mansion lets your allies kind of act like a upgrade or a support on the table that you can tap every turn because you're offsetting their consequential every time you flip down by proccing this X-Mansion to exhaust and heal. Really good. We also have Utopian here. We probably could have taken this out. There's a couple X-Men allies in here for sure. But it's just in here just to have kind of like really big swing turns where like maybe you're stunned or you got exhausted and then you can ready up and then actually use your 3 attack or your 2 thwart to do something. We're on a copy of Death Focus and a copy of X-Jet. These are just really good cards. X-Jet lets you hit resource kickers. I don't think there's any really in this deck. But I just thought it'd be worth to include in here. And then we also have the Death Focus. Oh, no, I think the reason why I chose X-Jet over Helicarrier was scenario specific because Juggernaut's helmet requires 3 resources of the same type, essentially. So usually this would be Helicarrier because there's nothing to really fetch this out. But I decided to make it X-Jet because flipping his helmet over to the exposed side is pretty important in this scenario. Death Focus also lets us kind of discount one of our superpowers, Iron Will or Titanium Muscles. There's a couple attacks in here like Steel Fist or our Organic Steel, which can get discounted. So it's just a pretty good value generator when you see those cards. Our 2 basic allies were on Professor X and Nick Fury. No Colossus today because we're playing as Colossus, and also no Mockingbird because he is Stalwart unless we flip the helmet over. So I didn't really want to include her. I didn't think there was much of a point. We're on the Energy, Genius, and Strength. Classic basic doubles. Really nothing to explain there other than it just gives us a little extra economy. 1 copy of Superpower Training Way, which I explained. Iron Will and Titanium Muscles are extremely pushed cards. They're super strong, and you want to see them as early as possible. Then we're moving up here to the Aggression Suite. We have 3 copies of Toe to Toe. We didn't get a chance to play this at all. We had enough damage from our basic activations ally as it is. But if we did have an extra tough to throw around, you can choose an enemy, choose Juggernaut. He attacked us and we just deal 5 damage to him for 1 resource. Just really good to push damage in the end game, or maybe to like a pesky little, minion on the board that might be hard for you to take out. Maybe you're exhausted or something. Just take the hit, take the 2 damage, just knock it out. 1 copy of Warrior Skill. It just lets you buff your attacks by 1 damage. You can spend a counter whenever you want. And then Combat Training here to just classic buff your attack by 1. We didn't end up playing either of those either. But they're there, and also the reason why we have 2 copies of Power of Aggression. Then we have our big Aggression ally lineup. We have 6 Aggression allies. Hulk, MVP of the channel, always hits those fist resources other than the... We can forget the energy he hit today. Sunfire was here specifically for Head of Steam. I thought it would be a really good combo, but we never drew into him when he had it active. Tiger can help control minions on the board. Just another good ally to put in front of us. Magic can shuffle some minions back in that aren't elite, but again, we wouldn't really want to shuffle in the Creeping Willow, so it's kind of here as kind of like a Utopia target and whatnot. Wolverine and Psylocke, really good aggression. X-Men allies. Wolverine gains piercing, so you can get through all of Juggernaut's toughs. Psylocke can actually confuse him, so if he wanted to flip his helmet over and we got a turn where we could play her, we could just get a free flip down and not having to worry about armoring up the next turn, and rounding it out with 2 aggression doubles. I thought this deck is really simple, really straightforward. If there's no threat pressure, it can really do well in solo. But yeah, I love Colossus. I had a ton of fun revisiting him. But let's go ahead and see where Juggernaut stacks up for the rest of the villains in this game. See you there. Okay, so here we are at the tier list. Now let's talk about Juggernaut. So this one, I have a pretty decent idea of where I want him to fall. I think that Juggernaut is really interesting design, and I think that he's a really fun evolution of kind of the Rhino type of scenario. I think he has a really cool mechanic where he has overkill on him, so you can't super easily chump block his attacks. He also has stalwart on his helmet. I like the mechanics of the helmet where you pay the 3 resources, it flips over, then he takes an increased damage to mental resources, which is just really good thematics, theming, and mechanics all melded into one. I really do love the helmet. I think it's a really elegant part of the scenario, and I think it's really, really cool. Once his helmet is gone, he can be stunned, he can be confused and everything, but if he has it on, you better watch out. He can buff up his attack by giving him momentum counters and whatnot, which can make him really scary if you don't have a way to consistently get his helmet off, chump block his attacks, or get tough statuses like in this episode with Colossus. Because Colossus kind of trivializes Juggernaut's biggest gimmick, it was a bit of an easy win today. At least it looked that way. It only took 1 attempt, so I think he is definitely a bit harder than what the attempt today showed, but I don't think he's that much harder. I think he's solidly probably somewhere in the C tier. The problem is I don't know specifically where in the C tier I would put him. I think maybe top would be a good idea. So the problem is specifically in solo, hope is so strong in your favor in this scenario. It's kind of like a Magneto and Master Mold type situation where the fact that you start with hope makes the scenario so much easier to just get off the ground with. He doesn't start off with a lot of tempo, so you could just flip his helmet on the first turn. And then, yeah, he's a villain with a big attack stat, but like there's a ton of villains in the game with big attack stats that get like piercing and whatnot, or like multiple activations, and like of course he can get activations, but his encounter deck and his recommended modular set also isn't super strong. He doesn't, even if he does start scheming against you, he has no way of actually scheming out. What he does is he gets extra momentum counters and he will attack you, which is scary, don't get me wrong, but you can't actually lose through scheming at all. So as long as you have a plan for his helmet and to lock down his activations, he's really not that bad. Honestly, without hope, I could see this being a pretty decent challenge, but that is not how you play this scenario. So because of that, he's probably falling somewhere in the C tier here. I think a scenario like Avengers Tower has a lot more issues than a scenario like Juggernaut does. I'm trying to see, do I think he is stronger than Mysterio? I think probably. Do I think he's stronger than Master Mold? No, I think this might be as high as he goes. I love Juggernaut. I think it's a really fun scenario, and I love playing it in multiplayer specifically because I think it really does like kind of liven up the fact that every single person has to deal with this high attack and overkill. It really, you know, puts in a lot of camaraderie to dealing with his helmet, dealing with his momentum counters, and Head of Steam is really a really nasty card. But he's just not very tough, and that's okay. He doesn't need to be the strongest villain in the game. He's fun. I thought today was a fun episode, but what do you guys think? Do you think I'm super off the mark with Juggernaut? In my plays, I just don't think he's really that strong. I think he's a good, you know, chill villain to play when you want something fun and familiar and kind of a new take on a really old classic design in Rhino. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. That's going to be it for today's episode. We're moving on halfway through the next evolution box onto Mr. Sinister and then Stripe the week after. And the end, quote unquote, for Marvel Rewind, at least the original ending being the Age of Apocalypse, is getting further and further, not further and further, nearer and nearer in sight. I mean, look at that, 7 villains away from En Sabah. That's crazy. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this journey and watching on these episodes, commenting, liking, everything in between. It means so much to me. Leave a like down below, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one. Goodbye.